This is the single cheapest trick that I've used to make fat loss stupidly easy. Cost me less than 50 cents. Keeps you full for hours and tastes great. And the thing is, most people walk right past it in the supermarket, and that's why 90% of diets fail. When I'm dieting, twice a week I buy it, and that's the first thing that goes in my fridge. Let me introduce you to the watermelon. If you're watching this, you've probably been in that statistic. I was for years. And most people think it's because they're eating too much, but I disagree. Even if you don't like watermelon, you're going to want to pay attention to this. You see, the majority of people, whenever they first start a diet, they go into full restrictive mode. They start restricting all their favourite foods, and then on top of that, they eat less. So their calories are next to nothing. As well as that, their stomach is not in any way, shape or form satisfied or full. Ooh, look at that. 49 cents that was. So even if you don't like watermelon, this rule still applies. Whenever I used to start kind of any diet, and I know a lot of people are very similar to this, it starts with like, how restrictive can I be? But once you get a few meals that you enjoy, it makes it a hell of a lot easier. That said, in between meals is the hard part. And that all comes down to people's biggest struggle, and that's snacking and mindless eating. So the reason why I use this technique is literally just because you do it once at the start of the week or on a Sunday, and it will make the likelihood of you achieving your fat loss goals way more likely. Now, so let's give you a scenario, right? I like watermelon. It's not exactly the tastiest fruit in the world. What? In morning time, you grab some toast on the way out the door. By lunchtime, you're starving. Or before lunchtime, you're starving. You start snacking on everything. You've stacked up a whole bunch of calories just on snacks, and you've barely even had a meal yet. But by prepping some watermelon or some water-dense fruit in general, doesn't need to be watermelon at the start of the week, that you can put in the fridge, means that when you go to the fridge, whether you work from home, it's when you come home from work, and you go to fridge raid because you're bored or you're just looking for something to do, this is staring at you, and you can take those few seconds after you bite into the watermelon to realise it's boredom, it's not actually hunger. And if it is hunger, it'll tide you through until your actual meal, and there's really not much in this. On top of that, I start the day, certainly recently, with a smoothie. I'm not a massive fan of smoothies in general, which is strange, but recently, I've been really getting into smoothies for the simple fact, this is all melted, but this is actually frozen strawberries, but they're now not frozen. So you can get your protein in from your meals. There's no real need to get them into a smoothie. You can add powder, protein powder, whatever to this, fine, but I just don't. Oh shit. It's all over my laptop. I don't enjoy it the same way. You can definitely just get it in from your meals. The thing with a smoothie is because it's water dense, then you've obviously got the fibre from the fruit. It fills your stomach up. Makes it so much easier to diet. The same with kind of soup. But during the summer especially, you're not always going to want soup all the time. But I can promise you that having a smoothie prepped, I wouldn't advise adding banana, only because as much as it makes the smoothie taste nice, if you leave it overnight in the fridge, you can mix it up the next day, absolutely fine. But if it's got a banana in it, it kind of sits at the top and it's minging. So with smoothies, best bet, wee bit of frozen berries, strawberries, blueberries, some greens like cucumber or something like that, melon, mango, you choose. Even though it might be anywhere between 100, 150 calories depending on what juice you use. You can use almond milk, you can use lower calorie fruit juice, but the calories that you didn't have from snacking, you've then got. You feel good, and that's why it's a cheat code. It's almost too simple, but having this prepped, this in the morning, potentially before you even eat a proper meal, this in the fridge so you don't snack on crap all the time, can literally save your diet. Forget about the limited calories that these things have, because it will stop you from binging and snacking on other things that are useless. They're not going to fill your stomach up. If you want to learn how to balance your food, there's a 28-day food fix down below, as well as a free meal plan, some coaching links, etc. down below. There's a few videos that YouTube's picked nicely for you. Super simple video today. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.